So peeps, went out, had to take a couple parts out there to the guys that's working on my truck, getting it back together. And if you saw my last YouTube video, you know, I alluded to I had it for the head gasket redone on my truck. 60,000 miles on a rebuild. There's no need for me to have any issues. Well, I had issues. I mean, I guess it does happen. People will have issues on a rebuild, but I mean, my build wasn't nothing crazy. But anyways, reached out to the guy that done my work, and you know, he talked like he was, you know, I could bring it back and he'll do what he need to do, whether that involved me paying for parts and he was going to cover the labor or work something else out. Well, I reached out to the guys that's working on it now because that's the original place that I wanted to get my truck to, and they said that they could, you know, they could go and hop on it. All right, it was blow between 5 and 6, and there was some other discrepancies that they found, and more than likely contributed to my head gasket being blown. All right, I do have my head gasket here, and I'm gonna lay it out and let y'all look at it. Let's look at it. Smoke it over. I gotta clean some of my junk up. All right. So, cylinder 5, cylinder 6. This is where, I mean, you can see it was all pushed out. All right, and the fire ring on the head gasket, as you see, it is broken. Yes, it is broken. So it broke there, pushed into the water jacket, bubbled that up. I mean, that explains why I had all that pressure in the cooling system. Everything else looked fine. Like I said, I mean, my temperature, it really never didn't run hot. Just all of a sudden it started having all this pressure in the cooling system. New head, not a cat head, but it was a new aftermarket head. It was an APC head from Mr. Robert. Everything was new. New spacer plate, counterboard, right? You know, shims, it was done right because I didn't want to have any issues. I mean, your engine is your livelihood in your truck. Being out on the road, ain't no sense of half-stepping. So I got everything that I needed to do. And come to find out that he didn't even put the washers on my head bolts. I bought brand new head bolts. He didn't take the washers from the old bolts and put them on my new bolts. There were no washers on my head bolts. Did the head bolts bottom out in the block? Maybe. They also told me when they got ready to take them out, you know, they noticed that they started taking them out, they didn't have any washers on them. But also, the torque had to be off because they come off way too easy. They use their 3/4 impact and no resistance or nothing. So do I think this could have been prevented? Yes. I reached out to the guy, you know, all cordial, nice, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, cuss the man out, say you did me dirty. No. He's been a part of the process the whole step of the way. So I reached out to him and informed him that, you know, head gasket was blown, and there were no washers on my head bolts. He immediately said that, oh, I put those washers on now. They're lying to you. He's like, they got to pull them out with a pick. I don't know if y'all know, but a cat head is smooth across there. It's not recessed. So how can you pull the washer out when it's sitting there flat? If it stays on the head and not the head bolt, it's just gonna fall down in the head because there's no recess area for the washer to hang up in. So, and then I text him back later, and I hadn't heard anything else from him, but hey, it seems like I'm always finding myself in these, it seems like I'm always having myself in these issues or situations where I'm on the end of getting screwed because people not doing their job right, and I'm always nice about it. I'm not gonna, I could show up to this guy and be all rude and everything, but what is that gonna get me? I feel like that's not gonna get me anywhere. Then he asked me, well, why didn't you bring the truck back to me? I was down for almost 2 months for you to do the rebuild. If I can get a shop to do it quicker, yes, because I can't afford to be down any longer. All right, I'm not hiding anything from you. If you still wanted to cover the labor or even cover the parts, that's perfectly fine. But I've told you what was going on since the issue started. All right, and now you want to deny and not even respond back to anything. So yeah, I got screwed, labor wise, parts wise. It sucks, man. It really sucks, especially the times we're in now in trucking, when every dollar counts. And you got an issue like this that somebody does to you. I'm tired of being on the wrong end of the stick. Not saying that I want to screw somebody over, but it would be nice for somebody to just say, hey, I made a mistake, my bad, I'll help you cover it. But nobody does that. Nobody does that. So I hope nobody goes through this, because it's a bad situation. There it is again. Broke. Let's focus. Uh-oh, there we go. Busted fire ring. Torqued improperly. Oh, me, oh my. But yeah, that's cost me time and money, and a lot of sleepless nights too. Because yes, I was sick to my stomach, because not this again. You're always gonna feel the worst when your engine start giving you issues. 60,000 miles. 60,000 miles. But ladies and gentlemen, Megatron will be back on the road. I missed it. We're gonna be back on the road, y'all. Very soon. Very soon. I hope y'all have a good weekend. I got a hot date with my wife. We're gonna go to Atlanta to a comedy show, go hang out. We just gonna go have a good time. Y'all have a good one. Peace.